to the AMG GLC43 Coupe for an hour-plus tour around the hilly countryside. Nothing too extreme or unusual, just the sort of back roads you might end up on during a weekend getaway with a spouse or the whole family. Or by yourself because those damn holidays really took their toll. We won't judge. Now, the car for such a getaway would be the high-performance version of the fastback four-door coupe version of a vehicle that is effectively the crossover SUV version of the Mercedes-Benz C-Class. There's just never a flowchart around when you need one. Yet, as I discovered, the 2017 Mercedes-amg GLC43 Coupe isn't as nonsensical as its name and origins would indicate. The drive starts swimmingly. I push the start button and the Turbo 6 thrums to life along with the Burmester sound system that was left tuned to a Portuguese radio station. In the Navy starts blaring over 14 speakers. Though the mountain roads around Portimao are well paved, those around the hotel are not. There are cracks, potholes, and stretches that have been ripped up to be redone at some point in the future. Such unpleasantness draws attention to the GLC43 single-S standard air body control adaptive suspension. Compared to the GLC 300 single-S optional version, the GLC43 single-S is retuned and modified with special steering knuckles and load-bearing joints to increase rigidity, and comes with lighter spring components to reduce unsprung mass. There's also some extra negative camber dialed in at all four corners. It's all done for the sake of agility, more on that later, but when left in comfort mode, the suspension probably won't beat you up over potholes. There is certainly some extra impact harshness from the 20-inch wheels, but those air dampers do their typical magic of providing a comfortable ride despite all that go-fast gear. With the city behind me, I swing the GLC43 through a roundabout and get a brief taste of the body control ABC provides before charging onto the highway. The 3.0-liter turbocharged V6, hand-built by one guy in a Falterbach, produces 362 horsepower and 384 pound-feet of torque. I don't think it'll make you giggle like an AMV will, it's not quite as torque-rich or boisterous for that, but the engine represents a clear performance upgrade over an impressive turbocharged four-cylinder in the GLC 300. Mercedes says the 43 will hit 60 miles per hour in 4.8 seconds, which compares with the GLC 300 single-S estimate of 6.4 seconds. Just for some perspective, as 0-60 times are otherwise a bit silly. There are 5 drive modes: Eco, Comfort, Sport, Sport Plus, and Individual. Within those, there are only 2 steering modes, Comfort and Sport, and 3 suspension modes, Comfort, Sport, and Sport Plus. Throttle and transmission are altered in every mode. As it usually does, Sport Plus impresses. The throttle response is invigorating, providing a just right interaction between your foot and the V6. Reaction is immediate yet not hypersensitive. The 9-speed automatic, which uses software changes to reduce shift times in the AIM model, does such an excellent job of anticipating the need for a number of downshifts that I never once reached out for the wheel-mounted shift paddles. Really, the same could be said for the AMG TR, so it's nice to see consistent characteristics across the broad range of a brand. Once up in the mountains, it's easy to forget that the GLC43 is an SUV. Despite some tighter, more technical stretches, the GLC Coupe really doesn't feel that big, tall, or heavy. Certainly some credit should go to the air body control's ability to keep things flat, especially in Sport Plus. The difference in steering settings isn't that great, as both are on the lighter side. No complaints there, yet are appropriately responsive and contribute to the GLC43 single-S high level of driver involvement. It's around now that I should lament that Mercedes doesn't sell the C43 wagon in the States, since that would assuredly be the better vehicle to drive and be more practical than this coupe. As it is, though, we're stuck with the GLC43 and in all honesty, it's pretty darn good.